And the bucks are still in the rut right now, so they have one thing on their mind, that's all. And they're following the does and chasing them. And let's see. Golly, there's a whole bunch of deer out there. A whole bunch of them. Just look at the light on those trees. Oh my gosh. That is absolutely beautiful. Oh, the light here right now is just absolutely fantastic. Just beautiful. Walking through this little spit of woods here, heading out to the end of it, which is, I don't know, 150 yards or so. And there's two fields out there. Yesterday I saw a bunch of deer in there and got quite a few pictures, and I'm heading back out there today. I want to document it a little bit more closely this time. One thing I wanted to show you is things like that. See, that's called a deer rub. Where deer come in, the buck will come in and rub his antlers on it and kind of leave his mark, you might say, in an area to kind of, declare his territory. And they usually leave a number of them as they, it's usually what they call a rub line. And there's quite a few of them down through here. Just right along this little trail, you can see right here, there's another one he's been working on. And there's one here he's been working on. And there's several more scattered all through here. And there's one over there, you probably can't see it on this thing, it's a little pine tree, a little cedar tree. But that's what these bucks do. They kind of mark their territory. And they check these lines and kind of to tell the does that they're available. They're here. And here's a pretty good sized one here. You can see him right there. He's in pretty good size. Okay, I'm coming out here a little early, but I'm still being very quiet. And the reason for that is I don't really want to make any more noise or spook. Give the deer any sense of danger. So I'm going to be very quiet as I go out there. As you can see, I'm fully camouflaged. I've got a face mask that I'm going to put on. I've got another top I put on. It's sort of a leafy kind of a camouflage. Plus I have some burlap in here that's camouflage that I'll use as well. And last night they all came out. There's two fields out here. There's one over here, it's sort of a corn stubble field. And there's one right back here that's a soybean field. There's a pond right over here. And down at the far end of this field, about 250 yards or so from here, is another pond and another wooded area. And we're just almost to the end of this little patch of woods. And there's about a 100-yard stretch in there, then there's another patch of woods over there, and that's where the deer generally hang out the most, although I've seen them in here quite a bit. But we're going to get out there and going to get set up. The wind is very calm, very gentle right now. There's a little bit of a breeze, but I think it's in my favor. It seems like it's blowing kind of, I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell in here, but it's kind of blowing back in that direction, which is just about right, really. And we're going to get set up early, and so hopefully this will be as good a day as it was yesterday. I had probably 15 or 16 deer out there, several nice bucks, and it was quite a day. And today hopefully will be the same. Their pattern has been about an hour and a half or so before sundown as they come out into these fields and start feeding. And the bucks are still in the rut right now, so they have one thing on their mind, and that's all. And they're following the does and chasing them. And that's fun to watch because the does get irritated with them and they don't want to be bothered. But anyway, so we're gonna get out there and get set up. I'm doing it very early again, so that there'll be plenty of time for the woods to settle down, so that the deer won't have any reason to be concerned about there being somebody out here. So yeah, we're gonna get going here. Okay, it's an absolutely beautiful day. The breeze is blowing from my right to the left, like I mentioned before, and it kind of crosses this field. I don't know if you can see it or not. It kind of crosses this field back over this way. And as long as they don't venture too far out into that field, they won't pick up my scent. And if they stay in this field like they have done, like that's generally where I see them first, they'll never know I'm here. So the trick then is to stay still as best I can. That's why I've got this burlap here around me that kind of muffles and hides your hand movements and things, because you're always moving your hands when you're working the camera. I'm a little bit early. I've still got probably 45 minutes or more at the most, or at least, before I can expect really see any deer. And so we're gonna just kind of sit here patiently and get comfortable and just see what happens. But I just love this peacefulness that's out here right now. The breeze is it's got a bit of a chill to it, but it's just perfect. It's just perfect. It's not cold or frigid or anything. It's just a nice chill to it. Oh, I mean, I see. Golly, there's a whole bunch of deer out there. A whole bunch of them. Oh my gosh. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 4. I don't think you can see it with this thing. They're kind of off to my left here. Well, there's 5 of them. I'm just in the wrong spot here. And they ran across that corner of that field and into the woods. So I don't know if they got wind of me and that caused them to do that or what, because they came from that direction. So we'll see. They came across here too fast, but there were 5 deer ran across this field right over here to the left, and they ran right by that big tree over there and then right into the woods right along that edge. And it's a good sign. They weren't panicking or anything. They were just running across that open field. And so that's pretty typical. They don't like being out exposed like that in the middle of the day. They feel safe. And hopefully they'll show back up. And hopefully, I'm thinking they're probably going to come out right along in there somewhere. Yeah, right along in there. Let me get this thing leveled out here a little more. There we go. Should come out right along in there. rise there, and he's behind that rise. I saw him yesterday. Not sure where he went. Let's see if I can bring the camera around. There he is. His head just came up. Yeah, this guy's a little bit after 3, and this is about the time they usually start showing up out here in this field. They haven't down here at this end yet, but this guy's been up there for about 10 minutes now. And he's meandering along. I don't know if he's going to work his way this way or not. He's coming a little closer. He's not a big buck. It looks like a little 4-point or something. He's kind of neat. It's kind of fun to see him. He's little. He's about 200 yards still. But he's on the move. And there's another deer. I can't see him. He's behind. Right now he's behind that little rise off to the right there. And I can't tell if it's a little buck or a little doe, but I see him moving every now and then. Yeah, I had 11 deer, 11 does actually came out of the corner down here. Just sort of meandered across that field. It kind of strung out through there, and whenever the lead one got downwind of me, straight directly downwind of me, boy, she stopped. She was probably about 80 yards away, maybe, and she stopped and took a quick look and didn't like what she was detecting. I was trying to take pictures, so there was a little bit of movement in there, but anyway, eventually others ended up in that same area, and they got wind of me, and they got spooked, and they started trotting across the field, and they weren't panicky, but they didn't like what they were detecting, and so all 11 of them just kind of said, okay, we're out of here, and took off across that field. So it's, what time it is, it's pushing, it's 10 to 4. Still got some good light, and there may be, still got those bucks in there. They might come out, but generally they follow the does, and they haven't come out yet. I don't know what they're doing. But anyway, there was a bunch of them, that's for sure. And so we'll sit around here for a little bit longer and see what transpires. I don't think I'm going to see any more of those does. I think they're long gone for the day. There's 2 or 3 of them still standing out in that field, but they're way off. They're 200 yards or more off. And kind of hoping that those bucks come out. And if they do, I'll be here to get them. So I'll sit around here another 30 minutes or so before I start packing up. But I spent a good afternoon. It's been a good afternoon. Yeah, my battery ran out on me. There's 3 of those here, so that makes about 13 or 14 that I've seen this afternoon. Oh, the light here right now is just absolutely fantastic. Just beautiful. And they're suspicious of me, but they're not spooked. trees. Oh my gosh. That is absolutely beautiful. Oh, and it's fading fast. It's fading fast. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful right now. Just love it. Just love it. Didn't get any good close-up shots tonight or this afternoon, but what I did get was a lot of fun. Just seeing them from long range. You know, they could care less if I'm here or not, but they are incredible. Absolutely incredible. And that light, just look at it. Oh my goodness. The trees are just glowing. I'm so thankful for having the time out here today. Definitely going to be coming back. Definitely going to be coming back. Well, the light is just absolutely fantastic right now. It's just the last 15 minutes or so of sun, and it's just a sliver of light on those deer. And you got the woods in the background there. I wish they would move over to the left just a little bit right now, because there's a beautiful beech tree over there. It's still got its leaves on it, and it's just golden red. These are what I effectively call environmental portraits, wildlife portraits, to where the wildlife is a part of the scene, but not the main part of the scene. It's the whole environment around them. And this is just classic for that. It's just beautiful with the trees back there. The light is already pretty well faded, but I'm still getting some good imagery here.